It cut off. Okay, I'll wait for everyone to swap over here because the phone died. Is everyone going, where is she? What's going on? I'll wait for everyone to jump over. They'll be going, what the hell is going on? It overheated. What time is that? It's 11. Okay, so the energy you guys are feeling. Fem Coach, can you tell Giggle I'm over here so she's not like, what the frick? It's all the same. I'll explain it in a minute. Let me finish the reading and I'll explain it. Okay, so feminines, I feel some of you that have had third-party involvements, you're really dealing with that aspect of the betrayal and you're wondering if it's even possible to move beyond that. Now, in a way, it's not that you haven't forgiven. It can be an old wound energetically coming to you as a download, and it can be in ebbs and flows a bit emotional. Now, it's interesting, even with the detached card, it's a number 11 and it's in reverse. There is a white dove connected to it, and she's got the infinity knot connected to her abdomen. And the first point is base chakra, okay? Now, you're trying to look at the plan of your life and you think, you know what, I've been so used to the plan not completely coming through that how do I directly look at this situation now? Some of it you don't even know how directly to confront it. But you are going to go through a transformation this week and probably in the next 2 weeks to heal that energy. Okay, what do they want you to know? I do feel with the masculine, some situations are tying up very quickly, but it's not going to be in a very nice way. Now, I'm also seeing if they are in a current situation, they may need to rebuild. They feel spiritually they're not quite who they want to be. It also may be that there is for them on their side a third-party situation separate to what's transpired. Okay, so there's another person's involvement. Now, with the challenging times and them moving away from it, they're physically getting to a point where they no longer have like a desire currently where they are, and they're reflecting upon that, where they need to rest and reconsider. Maybe a broken home, unhappy, thinking it was going somewhere. This can even be them reflecting on the path connected to you. Now, in some shape or form, it may be financial loss, lack of passion or abundance in a direct situation, and feeling quite isolated and alone. They're not feeling happy and they're feeling everything that's happening. They knew it was coming intuitively after the fact, and it's almost like they're watching it fall. Feels like the Titanic. Okay, with their intuition, they weren't listening to their intuition connected to a home. It may be how they felt about you, what they felt about a home. It can be for some of them losing a home or being concerned of such. They're not looking at something. There was a lack of consistency within this and concerns connected to children. Those of you who your twin has children. Feminines, let's see what's happening with you guys. I'm hoping I can save the other video. Got to wait for it to charge. Feeling through, it doesn't seem to. Okay, feminines, be grounded. You may have a visit. When it comes to the love, it may be at a financial level. Somebody might be giving you a gift. Could be counterpart. I'm just saying twin. I don't like to use the word twin too much. I guess because there's that, when you're saying it all the time, it's like, when I say counterpart, it's your spiritual connection, okay? The others, the yang, yin and yang of you, right? And this is the worst camera. But we're here, we're alive. Okay, with your path, you're getting back on track, okay? So you're more intuitively seeing where you need to go, how you need to get this off the ground. So you're trusting in this process. You're seeing light at the end of the tunnel connected to you. Now, even if you're worried, you know you're going to make it through. You do want things to be a particular way for some of you, but you're going to make it through. Now, with something you're not confronting, what you're not confronting is your intuition. You're feeling as though the betrayal was your intuition and you're quite angry at yourself for some of you, okay? You're also wondering that if you do choose particular paths, you will choose incorrectly. Sorry. Can't do anything about it now. The other one's flat. Otherwise, I can come back tomorrow and I can do the free questions and answers. Okay, healing begins. You're not going to feel fortunate during the transformation, but it's going to get to a point where it is going to start moving through. Now, I'll answer some questions before everyone gets upset about the frequency of the device. Are we streaming correctly or are we having connections? Am I getting that warped lizard face? God, I hate that. I mean, hey, I have bad hair days, but it's like when the face goes like that, it's like, God, help me. Cool. Okay, so the difference between counterpart. Okay, when I say a karmic cycle, every person in our life will have an aspect of a frequency we learn from. So when we're triggered, when we've got blocks, when there's lessons we need to learn, it's a karmic cycle. When you've learned something, you've broken a cycle, you're moving through. When it's heavy and there's lots of lessons and it's very super difficult, you've got a lot of energy of transformation happening there. Now, it can be that you're an old soul and you chose particular lessons upon coming back that were to be difficult so that you could learn that lesson. You physically chose the path. So when you're getting triggered, you say to yourself, Yildiz, you chose this path. I mean, I used to say to myself, I must have been a jerk in a previous life. I want to be a man when I get back. Preferably not twin. I want pina coladas and palm trees. I'm joking. Spiritual growth. Yeah. And that's why I laugh, you know, when you hear someone go, I haven't found my twin. I want to be one of them. We need to talk. We need to talk. You know, it's like, why would you do that to yourself? You don't have a beautiful soulmate connection. Okay. Anyone who wishes to receive updates, as Beautiful Giggle has said, click both bells, okay? I'm going to be doing regular, I always do regular twin flame readings. Now, I might not have been on here as much this month as I was last month, but you guys know I'm always on here live, connected to the twin flame for the support so I can talk to you and check in with you. This session's very different, but usually it is, hey, how are we doing? But I will be giving regular free readings away. Now, it will be within the schedule, obviously, because my paying clientele, I put number 1, I've got 2 more readings to do. So I'm going to be up pretty late. It does suck. But this has been a real hard year. I mean, yes, we can say the last 3 years have been, but this has really pulled the piss. This has been like, if I could get some, I mean, if I could get, and I mean, Sula's probably going to message me now. Don't you worry, Sula. I'm doing your reading soon. She'll be like, Yildiz. It's funny. If I could hang out with Sula or Jen or Luciana or Giggle, come to America and find a rock and hide with alfoil on my head till this cycle goes, oh, okay. That's okay, Stefan. Now, any questions? Okay. They are, but they're not. With the twin flame, they'll be heavier lessons. They'll be hardcore lessons. They're going to be ones that are going to be game changers and life changes. It can be to the point you lose your job, you lose your home, you do a 360 in your life. You can be very stuck in your mindset. Very much the transformation I have gone through over my lifetime from the time I met my twin to who I am today is a completely different person. Especially as an empath on my spiritual path growing, I was probably quite a blocked person. As an empath, I would intuitively sense vibrations and feelings, and I know a lot of feminines do experience that dynamic. So the frequency of feminines tends to be very, concerned, connected to family and parents and walking on eggshells, etc. And the masculine would be assessing the dynamics at childhood and saying, hey, I want to do anything I can to directly avoid that aspect. The thing is, when you look at it, and I was talking to Shelley about it, when we suppress ourselves and we're using the Band-Aid effect and we're checking out, we're going, you know what, it's what tells us we're alive. So, no, we would prefer not to have it this heavy, but after the fact, the tools we will have is, that, how do I put it? When you have love, you have these feelings that are butterfly effect, excitement, yet when it's gone, you think you're not experiencing love because you receive, the 7 stages of healing. Every aspect of every connection you have in your life is love, and that's really what the twin flame journey teaches you. Even within the hate, even within the hurt and the resent, it's still spiritual. You understand at times, then you don't, but it still keeps coming back 360. Okay, so it's a very different way of experiencing unconditional love, but to try and transform you, it assists you with having unconditional love to self. So that's quite crucial. So yes, we can say we hate it and all the rest of it, but in hindsight, at times I have utilized situations like that to be my muse to a point where it's like, I'll show you. It's lonely. Yeah. At times you need to retreat, though, to a point where you physically are just, on your own, doing your thing, and having that reflection time, and that's okay. Look, the other day, I thought my cat was poisoned. She was outside. She'd had a milk and biscuits. And I'm like, cat, you can't die. I've got nothing. And then I started shaking the other day, and I'm like, a little alone. I could be here. No one would know. And I was like, it's moments like that you think to yourself, be grateful for whatever 3D situation you got. I've got my cat, okay? I've got my cat. It counts. With what dynamic? 1 minute. Karmic in what sense? Okay, karmic is directly, you can look at your twin flame journey and think this is a soul connection. Yes, it is, but you're going to learn harsh bullshit karmic energies, lessons. They're going to be how to own your power, how to stand your ground, how to not tolerate bullshit, how to take the bull by the horns and create your finance. They're going to make you woman up and man up hardcore. No other person is going to teach you the energy like that, but there will be external energies to help you transform at a karmic level, which can look like a toxic, narcissistic twin. But beating and situations like that to huge degrees, yes, but then there is a difference with the connection. It's slight, okay? But it's due to suppressed energy, not direct, this is what they are. You know, you will only know in your direct situation unless I directly, you know, knew the dynamic connected to your situation. But at a spiritual level, if you have that deep spiritual connection, yes, at all times you have to hold your ground. When you're moving through it, it is very much a draw to the point where you feel physically you'd break walls for such. So to learn and purge that dynamic is incredibly difficult because it can look like a manipulative cycle, but it's not you choosing to do such. Yeah. Yeah, so it's you transforming. Now, when it comes to, so karma, how do I put it? Are you asking from the point of view of wondering who is a twin? Because the reason I mentioned it is because you can feel you're with a karmic, which is just horrible, horrible, horrible. And I mean, to a degree, they will do it. The difference between a karmic and you experience karmic related dynamics in a twin flame journey is this. A karmic, how do I put it? Be careful how you say this, Yildiz. A karmic is there to teach you to own your power, but masculine will keep going back to them. And it's a low frequency because they're dragging them down. You belong here. This is where you belong. Now, the trigger points in the twin connection is they'll be with the karmic, can even be a job, can be a family-related dynamic, and then it'll swap. The comments are gone. Oh. Then it'll swap and they'll retreat and go, fuck that. And then they'll do some more soul growing and they'll come towards twin. And they'll think, this frequency is what my entitlement is. We belong together. And then they'll get triggered again with you and they'll go, I've got to grow too quick. I was growing, but this back here feels my basis if I don't need to change incredibly. Because the karmic partner will keep them in that stagnation of lack of growth, but enough to trigger them like a blow up, like a volcano, to push them back out, to do the work, and then they come back. Unfortunately, during that transformation, when they come back, they haven't completely purged, but nor have you, because you're having the same dynamic going on. Now, there can be several karmic cycles in your life. There'll be one catalyst that'll amp all that crap forward, and then it will be when you've learned and purged the lesson, the tolerance and the white lighting yourself connected to those karmic cycles you've learned. Does that make sense? When I address counterpart, I mean your spiritual connection with your twin flame. Your counterpart, twin flame. Which means the soul connection or the other half of your soul in layman's terms. Yes. Uh-huh. Any other questions, guys? I'm not going to make people laugh. I'm going to make them cry to their gut with. Yeah, I told you there was a bit of anger going on. Welcome, Francisco. However, I do not know if he knows. Don't ever stress too much about that. Look, it's a bit like saying, is God real? What you believe, what you know is a vibration, correct? Okay, intuitively, you know what you know. You feel the vibration, you get the downloads, you have the dreams. Now, those of you who don't have that, that comes in divine timing, and that's dependent upon your spiritual growth. But they come as you spiritually grow, okay? So don't get it. Now, when you think you're with a fake twin flame, how can I say this? Sometimes we think that because it's easier to believe that a simpler path would be kinder. Now, the way you're going to know if you are or aren't in a twin flame connection. Now, regardless, when you evolve, it won't be you have to be with your twin. When you are thinking you're with a fake twin, you need to ask yourself a very important question. Are you believing that because you have found a simpler version of life? And is it because you are avoiding an aspect of spiritual growth? Now, twin is not simple. So if you feel that you've met your twin and it's complicated and you're saying there's no way this person could be my twin because it's complicated, that's the twin. That's the twin. That's your growth. That's the complication of your spiritual growth. Now, it's not to say that you have to live with them to the end of the days, but spiritually, if the transformation happens and if you choose to, yes, it can. But it's the growth that assists in that transformation. Now, with the healthy boundaries connected to that, providing you create those healthy boundaries, you can help with the transformation of yours and protect you during that transformation. So it can be, well, twins calling you at 1 o'clock in the morning, and the way in which they communicate is through intimacy over communication. You can prevent that by not providing. Yes, there is a very deep spiritual connection, but once you open that door, it's like opening Pandora's box and the frequency heightens. So your downloads and your intuition amps up. So even, I've got to go back to that question because I ramble on shit. Okay. When it comes to knowing the connection at a spiritual level, yes, they do. They do not discuss it, but they do things in a very different way. If they feel that they can't grow spiritually as fast as perhaps you are, and they're feeling an aspect of an inadequacy, they're going to leave you because they can't address that lack. When they're ready to, they will address the lack. If they feel inclined to call, they will call. If you're riding their back, you're ruining your journey. Now, when I say you're ruining it, it's not ending it. It's a spiritual connection, so it's like a telephone call. Guess what? I'm grounded now. Come on down. And you're like, where the fuck did that come from? Yeah, they turned up because you're grounded, okay? So if you be emailing and psycho-texting, trust me, look, I've been this way. They're ghosting me, and you're like, I've sent 2,000 messages and they haven't responded. Okay, no, they're not going to. They're going to be like, well, man, I don't want to. You're scaring me. Now, you could have every fucking reason in the world to be pissed, but we mirror each other. So they're pissed, you're off, but now you're like, you're just giving me every reason not to call you. But as for the intuition connected to it, yes, they do. They don't speak about it. The very fact that they continue coming back to you is another sign. If you feel that there is a frequency of them constantly returning to you but not other people, that yes, that's another sign. There's a difference as well. Check the patterns within your relationships. Obviously, if you have a particular pattern where you mirror the same frequency inside every relationship, it's going to be more complicated to connect the dots if this person is your twin or whether it's a pattern. The twin will transform you in a different way. You will react very differently with twin than you will with a soulmate or a karmic. Okay. So, well, I've been meditating upon that. I think, look, to micromanage your soul healing is like telling yourself you're inadequate, okay? If you are getting emotions connected to things, there are 7 stages of healing. Yes, we're twin flames, but let's get real. If you feel angry, you need to feel that anger and you need to purge it. You know, and sometimes we do have this thing where we're trying to understand and process it, and we need to go through that frequency. At a spiritual level, at a soul level, if something terrible was to happen to another person and we had had a connection with them, yes, we would not want harm to come to them. That's honest. If I was to say to you tomorrow you're going to die, or you found out you were going to, what would you do differently? Would you have the ego directly connected to it? No, you wouldn't. So that's the reality. What is current right now is the frequency of hurt, which is very separate to truth. Okay? So that's about the only way you can look at it. It's in the 3D, if you've had a third party, damn straight you're fucking hurt and scared and looking at it very differently. But in the bigger midst of the picture, you also, you know, at a 3D, 360 situation similar to that, and there was that going on, you would look at it very differently. But it's not to say it had to be to that point. It's more without the ego and having purged the hurt. Don't micromanage your hurt process, okay? It's your spiritual scarred path. Be with it, move with it, feel the frequency and release it, okay? I haven't got super chat on here yet. I will be adding it, but when I first started on YouTube, I used a particular video editing tool that provided lyrics, and because of that, it's been put on pause temporarily. This month it should be open. It won't stop me giving free readings away though, but it will be coming soon. Super chat is where I can do a direct reading for you on here for a donation cost. Can you have a card, please? What would you like to know? What did you ask? I don't have love cards. I tune in. What question did you have? Aussie, quick. Possibly in January, okay? You're going through a transformation at the moment. I do feel you do have one on your mind, and this one person in particular is a clarification of an option, okay? I feel it's someone you already know. Hi, Joyce. Okay, I'll look further back up. Maybe she's meaning click the bell and say, thank you, Yildiz Readings, for doing free readings. I'm lucky I can read this small. No wonder I'm getting the lazy eye. I'm like, God. I'm going to get the laptop at one stage and extend it, and I'll just have the camera on the right. Upgrading everything next year. Okay. It's sad to say goodbye when you have a spiritual connection, but it's not goodbye. It's a transformation. What you are, okay, people are misunderstanding a direct connection to Venus retrograde. Can you transform through the pain, release the old storylines? Anything connected to 2010 and 2008 is going to come up for the purge. If you can move through that frequency and accept the fact that you've changed, the truth is, if we're triggered and we're looking at it like, oh my God, I have to be nasty. If you come back, I'll speak to you this way. What you're saying is you don't trust that you can keep yourself safe. So, and the fear connected to will the same happen. In releasing it, you wouldn't allow the same thing to happen because you're going to create healthy boundaries. You would take things in a very different manner and plan if you were to take that path. Okay, so just accept the fact that the transformation's coming. Yeah, it's always late over here. I work from, I wake up at 6. I've been recording a lot lately. And I usually go to bed 2 o'clock in the morning. Not every night, but I do work through to 11. So for Europe, I work from 9 through to 11 o'clock, and then I have bookings in the morning as well. Good luck, Sally. Hello, NZ. How are you? Okay, I'll scroll back up so I can see if I've missed anyone's questions. Okay, anything I've missed? Bear with me, sorry. I don't wish to have this video boring, but I'm going to announce the winner in a minute. Who's my husband? Oh, Lacey, cheer up. You know, yeah, but sometimes people don't know who their twin is. Sometimes they're very confused. It is a confusing journey. It's very confusing. You know, and I can totally relate and understand, you know, where you think, gosh, look, during the twin flame process, you will not be a correct vibrational match. That's the reality. So it's fucking difficult. Don't force it. Be with it. Let it transform. If you need to retreat and accept the fact that they're not ready or they need to do something in their life, you need to accept it. You can't put your life on hold. Now, if you intuitively are guided in your life because you are a direct plug into your twin and your life road and path of what your physical destiny is, if you feel that you need to meditate or do something in a particular path, you're guided to do that. You need to follow your intuition. If it's coming from a fear factor, then you need more time to get grounded to assess that dynamic. Again, you can get readings to help you meditate upon that and gain clarity in that to help you make those decisions. But you have to spiritually be connected correctly to do that. Boundaries made changes, and so all I want now is the right partner to grow with and learn. And yes, spiritual and social I have released all. We will get what is divinely guided for ourselves, really. It may be that, see, I know from experience in my life and journey, anytime the release of the connection has come about or with other people has been for me to grow up, for me to take my power back and not look outside myself. A lot of times, and this is where the aspect of the second wave is a re-educating and changing the paradigms with family-related dynamics, the paradigms of connections and marriages, whereby even if a person can betray you, you can still have unconditional love. Now, while you're verging it damn straight, no. I'm going to be honest, you don't. You have a day where you'll be like, how the hell? And then another day where you'll be, oh, I get it. It's back and forward because you're processing. It's a natural, it's a humanistic energy you're experiencing. Now, when you've evolved past that point, you can spiritually see the other side of it, which is natural. But during that process, it's very different. So it's to teach you how to take your power back, and that perhaps your journey was meant to be a great career woman or a great career man. Maybe you didn't want kids and then suddenly you had 20, but that was part of your spiritual path. What's given to you is part of the aspect of your spiritual path. You need to follow your intuition, Michelle. Look, around the retrograde, anything that needs assessing, you need to address. So keep grounded and be open to the conversation. I feel you'll see them. I do feel you need to for the communication. But try to not fold your arms, because I'm seeing you folding your arms with the communication. Hear the person out. I became clearer when I only allowed people to come properly in my life. I was not easy. Look, even masculine's an empath. They're just utilising it in a different way. Or they... Okay, once we get 51 likes on here, I will announce the winner. Because we have 51 viewing. I can't see who's liking, guys. It's all hidden. It's not like I'm going to go, oh, is that who likes and dislikes my videos? I'd love to know who dislikes my videos. They're actually going to change a setting where, not that I really give a damn, they're looking at recreating a button to give the reason why, so that YouTubers can directly then better themselves. Okay, he is still lying and nasty. If it's for your healing and you're going to get some answers, I'd be open. What have you got to lose? When you've lost everything, have you got anything to lose? No. Thanks, Michelle. Okay, let me see who I'm going to pick. It keeps flashing. It's driving me nuts. Hello, love. How are you? How is it going with it? What, on here? Yeah, it has been rough. Yes, I've been in situations where I've, out of the twin flame journey, and I lost my home. I lived with my mother with my baby, and then I was unemployed for points in time. Then I had to work from 6 to 7 days a week with a 4-year-old at school. It's been some hard yards. Had cervical cancer, twin left. But life happens. And sometimes we're thinking it's a direct thing connected to us. Financial losses at times. 4 months. Raven, what could you be doing with that time? Are you doing something with your time? Yeah. There's too much of a transformation going on at the moment, so try not to get triggered connected to it. Now, I'm hoping I can save the other video. It's probably there dormant still. So there's information in that. Hello, Blue Dragon. What are you cleaning? Are you meditating? We haven't got to, well, there was 51 on here. I'm still waiting, guys. Come on, seriously. I want to go to bed. Anyone on here that hasn't clicked the like button? Anytime. 42 watching. 40 watching. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to, when I turn the phone on, save it. I can't turn the phone on yet, so as soon as we can get off here, I can save it, then everyone else can watch it. Quick, like button. What people are running away as soon as I'm about to announce who the winner is. I know. They don't want to win a reading. They're like, oh, this is bullshit. It's going to take ages. You're funny. Okay, I cannot recall any dreams and astral experiences in the journey at the moment. I think. In what way? Okay. I cannot recall any dreams or astral experiences in the moment. I check my dream journal at the moment. Sometimes we can experience out-of-body experiences where we are so fatigued that you quite haven't left. But it can be a dormant period where there's an energetic transformation with your chakras where you will be unable to. I go through stages where I experience that, and then it kind of controls itself and it opens up again. You can't chat much. Okay, I'll pick. Okay, how many of us are, say, if you're a new subscriber or a old subscriber, or just if you're a drop-in, a blow-in, a joiner, or if you're an ongoing one. I know you are, Lisa. Thank you for your loyalty. Double subscriber. Move through the energy, Sharon. It's going to transform. There's 360s. Oh, the good old days, eh? Yes, I have checked Spiritual Goddess of Enlightenment. Hi, Lisa. Okay. Who do you reckon, Giggle? Do we have anyone that said new? And I'm going to be doing this once a month, okay? I'll still get on here and do some questions. Okay, are you a twin flame? Okay, Stefan, I will give you one. Congratulations. And I'll let Shelley pick the second one. Seeing as she does all this hard work for me, I've got to give her that. Have a lucky dip. You pick one. Okay. Inbox me on the website and I will tee it up as soon as possible for this month. That's okay, Stefan. Most welcome. Thank you for your loyalty and subscribing. I appreciate it. I may even next month add additional people so I can do more. I would also, who was I thinking about the other day? Could I remember? Wait there. I don't think I'll have it on here. I need to give a shout out to somebody. Cynthia. I would like to thank Cynthia for her loyalty to me. She has absolutely smashed it with giving me ongoing bookings. She's just been an absolute diamond. And I only find out after the fact that she's referred clientele to me. So I'd like to really say a big thank you to her. And I will be giving her a bonus as well. Also, any of the Librans, a big happy birthday to you guys. Please look after yourselves. Any of you who have been regular subscribers, I may, before the end of the month, come back and do another one when I do the Libran birthday video. Write it down, Yildiz. And I'm going to give a birthday. If you share the Libran video around and like it, I'm going to pick one of the comments in the Libran video for a birthday reading. So I'll try and put another video up describing that. If you comment on it, like it, and share it, whoever has done such, comment in the bottom and I will pick for the Libran birthday reading. Okay, guys, love and light. I'm going to go and save the other video now. And those of you who I have selected for those readings, can you touch base with me on the website? And I will talk to you guys soon during the month for more updates with the twin flames. Love and light.